DC here. Hi guys. Okay, this week's topic: college education. Okay, this is an answer to Spooky University's forum, and it's a subject that I find actually quite interesting, albeit quite complex. Last week's topic on political correctness actually almost overlaps this one, because there's almost no way you can talk about college education without ruffling someone's feathers. Okay, so let's just dive in. For it or against it? Hard question. As such, I have a college education, and I could say I'm automatically for it. I wouldn't go so far as that. I think that it depends really on a lot of people. I don't think college is made for everyone. It's the type of thing where each person has its own way in life, and if we all had college educations, well, I mean, there would be a complete misbalance in the way things would be going on in the world. On the other hand, what I found for myself is that college opened a lot of doors. If I hadn't had a college education, I wouldn't be in Europe. I don't know if that's a good thing now, actually. I mean, you know, with 20/20 hindsight, sometimes you can wonder, was that the right decision or not? On the other hand, when you do have a college education, you, depending on which faculty you're in, or you open a lot of doors. Now, if I had not had my college education, I just said I would not be in Europe, because very simply I would not have been offered the job that I was offered. Now, on the other hand, if somebody is forced to do a college education, I mean, to go to university, and really is not his thing, you can make that person, well, I mean, very, very unhappy, feel very inadequate at times, because you're just simply not doing what you want. And that's something very simple. I think it goes in every aspect of life, is that I know sometimes you have to do things that you don't like. On the other hand, I mean, if you're looking for a profession and you end up doing something that you really hate, I think that's the wrong thing. I think that in that case you should be better off without doing one. Does having a college education make you better than other people? Now, there's a definite no. I mean, I've got to say is that a lot of the people I know that do not have a college education are some of the best people I know. They have learned from life, real life at times, where sometimes when you're at college you're in a bubble. I mean, I can just see when I was at university, I mean, it was often one party after another. No, we didn't only party. Of course, we did study, but I think those that have been at university know that the faculty, the life over there is, at times, you know, you work hard and you party hard. In real life, I mean, when you have to pay the bills and so on, it's different. You've got to really get down to it. Are college people all dreamers? I don't think so either. But on the other hand, I mean, there's different ways of going at it. Now, one thing that's pretty important that was brought up actually is about the question of tuition. Now, different countries, different tuitions. In the States, I know it's extremely expensive. I did my university in Canada. We had to pay a certain amount of tuition fees, books, and so on, but there was no way that it was the same cost as in the States. Once again, is that any better? I don't know, because the fact is that since it's cheap, a lot of people almost feel obliged once again to go to college, because it's the easy way out. Easy way out, what do I mean by that? Well, if you don't want a job, and you don't want to work, stay in school. And I know I might be ruffling against some feathers, but there's a lot of people that did that. The eternal students. And that's not a good thing either. Okay, next thing I think on our agenda was, should we consider if people should have experience before teaching, and how do we see that? Okay, that's a pretty difficult one as well, because teaching. What teaching what? I mean, if it's teaching, once again, something that is a trade, I think actually, yes, of course, people should have experience. If it's teaching something like science, well, it is kind of nice if the person has some experience in research. On the other hand, if it's teaching fundamentals like math, languages, so English, grammar, and so on, probably not. Now, one subject that actually touches me quite a bit when we talk about college education is that it's a question of, do you come from a family that has a college education, or if you come from a family that always worked in factories or had trades. Now, in my case, well, that's the whole thing. I was the first person to have a college education in the family, and that is something rather special. I mean, on the one hand, for the parents, it's kind of a question of pride. I mean, they're very happy to see that somebody has managed to go to college. On the other hand, if you're with family members, it creates a certain barrier at times, because you are the person who supposedly has made it, and you actually can lose touch, or people might actually snub you if it's seen that you might be uppity and so on. You can see there's just so many things going on here. I think actually, if I look at it, I think this is an actually more difficult subject than if things are politically correct, because finally I think it touches the heart of the person. Your being, what are you? And the thing is that you don't have to have a college education to be a complex person, to be cultivated, to know a lot of things, to be able to talk with people and so on. You don't need this. On the other hand, if you do have a college education, like I said in the beginning, there seems to be more doors that open. Bottom line is, does it make you more happy? Not automatically. Does it make you a better person? Definitely not. Does it make you a person in the social world that is going to be seen as a more important person? Once again, I don't think so. My opinion, finally, is that follow your heart. You know yourself. If you don't feel that you know yourself well enough, ask around and go to friends, and you'll see if it's something that's for you. College? No, college. We need people everywhere. We need people of all type of trades. We need people of every level. Okay, once again, DC ranted, went off on a tangent, came back, didn't know where he was going to land. That's just the way it is sometimes. Okay, I'm signing off. Take care.